Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's gonna be my first sit down video. It feels kind of weird because I haven't been in front of the camera for a while, but first of all, I'm making this video because I need something to do tomorrow at school. I really am only busy on Wednesdays now, so if I'm editing in class, I'll have something to do. But also, I feel like it would be nice to kind of put out different content. So I'll do like facial videos on Saturdays and then other videos on Wednesdays. I feel like that would kind of work for me and my schedule. So as you guys can tell by the title, today is just going to be a Q&A video. I don't really have that many questions because not that many people submitted questions, but I'm going to answer what I got. Okay, so the first two questions are more so related to being an esthetician, and then the rest of them are skincare. So I'm going to start with those. The first one is, what made you want to be an esthetician? So I first got into skincare in my freshman year, and ever since then I've just been trying to take care of my skin and improve products and stuff. It wasn't until recently when I started actually doing more research on stuff. Of course, since I started school, that goes with that. But originally I wanted to go to college, major in chemistry, to be a dermatologist. I didn't even think about that until one of my friends had mentioned it, and I was like, that's interesting. But I toured the college that I wanted to go to twice, and I just realized that that wasn't really for me. Honestly, college always stressed me out a lot. I cried over it. That's not really fun. So I decided maybe I should go with this so that I could still do skincare, but not have to get so much education, not have to pay so much money, and not really have to stress about all that. And then next is, what's my favorite part about being an aesthetic student? Honestly, my favorite part is just working on people. Because I am still in school and I'm doing stuff at my school spa and from home, it's not exactly the same as what it would be at a spa. I'm not really connecting with people with a real provider client relationship yet, but just performing services for people and making people feel good, that's really my favorite part. And that is kind of part of why I wanted to do this as well, because if I can help somebody and make their skin look good and make them feel good about themselves, it's gonna make me feel good about myself. But honestly, I can't say the best things about my school. I don't really have a favorable schooling situation, so yeah. Okay, so the next question is, what actually works for clogged pores and blackheads? I know a lot of people struggle with these issues. I know I definitely do. I literally just did some extractions on my nose before I started this video, but it can definitely be tricky to handle, to even get rid of or just deal with and maintain. So when they get to the point where they need to be extracted, you can do extractions with a tool. You can do it manually and just kind of scrape your nose with pressure, and that'll make them come up. You could use pore strips or peel off masks, even though those aren't really the best thing. But honestly, once you get them out, they're most likely going to return unless you're doing something to keep them at bay. So using a product with salicylic acid is going to be really good because salicylic acid is antibacterial. Also, benzoyl peroxide is going to kind of do the same thing. Really, it'll dry out the area where you apply it to. And using masks that are clay or mud based will help as well, because they go down into the skin to get oil and dirt and impurities out of the pores. And then another choice would be chemical exfoliants. So here is the College Choice BHA liquid exfoliant. This is a daily product that you would just kind of apply to areas that you struggle with blackheads. I don't use this consistently. I actually haven't used it since I bought it, which was in I want to say 10th or 11th grade. I know I was using it consistently, but since I didn't get rid of my blackheads before using it, I didn't really have the best results. This is more so a product that you would want to use after you clear out your pores to maintain them being clean. But this liquid exfoliant does have salicylic acid, so that kind of ties back into that. Okay, the next question is how to get rid of dry and flaky skin in the T-zone. The T-zone is where people usually produce more oil. So if you have combination skin, you would get, an oily T-zone, but then your chin and cheeks would feel kind of normal. I know I have really oily skin, and I have noticed that my forehead has been really dry since we're getting into the colder months. But basically, you just kind of want to determine if your skin is dry and it just isn't producing oil, or if your skin is dehydrated and needs moisture. So with the first part, it's just good to know what your skin type is. I know for me, I get oily on my cheeks and my chin, so I would just assume that I have oily skin. But with being in school, I kind of have noticed that it's not all the time, so I kind of feel like I'm more combination oily. So once you kind of figure out what skin type you have, that'll kind of help you proceed, because if you do have oily or dry skin, you want to make sure that you're using products that are good for your skin type. I know that there are a lot of cleansers that say, if they're for oily skin, for dry skin, for normal skin, sensitive skin, stuff like that. And then when it comes to dehydration, honestly, most people are dehydrated these days, not just with our skin, but just in general. Drinking enough water can really help with that. But when it comes to the face, you want to use products that do focus on intense hydration. So hyaluronic acid would be one of those products. Whenever you're using a product with hyaluronic acid, like a leave-on serum, you want to make sure that your face is a little bit wet when you put it on, because hyaluronic acid builds off of other water molecules. You may also want to look into products that have humectants. Humectants are ingredients that draws moisture from the air to your skin. Not only the skin, humectants can be found in hair products. They do the same thing. And then also it could just be that your skin barrier is damaged. There are a lot of factors that go into that. The cold weather does kind of contribute. If you overwash your face or over exfoliate your face, or if you're just having too much exposure to the sun, you know, not wearing SPF, stuff like that, that can damage your skin barrier. So CeraVe, their products contain ceramides. Ceramides help to rebuild the skin barrier. I personally use a lot of CeraVe products. That's because it's a good skincare brand that is cheap, but also because I don't really have access to pro products, and don't really have the budget to spend a lot of money on products right now. All right, moving on, how to get rid of acne scars. So with acne scars, there are a lot of treatments that you can get in the aesthetics industry. You can get microneedling, you can get chemical peels. You can do chemical peels from home, but if you really have texture issues and you want to see good results, I would recommend going to an esthetician or a medical spa and getting a treatment from them. With microneedling, it punctures your skin not too deep. There are laws, so I know in Tennessee, I think we can't go more than like 2 millimeters into the skin, but microneedling will puncture the skin and it basically just stimulates collagen production. You can also get microneedling with PRP. They call this like a vampire facial. PRP is actually taken out of your blood. It stands for platelet rich plasma. So this will do the same thing, but putting that back into your skin will kind of help it since it's coming from you, if that makes sense. But microneedling not only helps with texture from acne scars or just, you know, other skin issues that you may have had, it can also help with wrinkles and fine lines, so it does help the appearance of aging. It can also improve the firmness of your skin. But then in addition to that, going back to chemical peels, when it comes to chemical peels, there are a lot of different acids that all do different things. So going to a professional, they'll really be able to find a peel that works for you. They might even do a plan where they do 3 or 4 sessions laid out over a period of time, usually with like 4 weeks in between. And of course, with going to a professional, even if you're not getting chemical peels, microneedling, or any other treatments like that, even if you're just getting regular facials, the products that we use, well, I shouldn't say we because I'm not really licensed and I'm not working in the industry yet, but the products that professionals use are designed to be corrective. They are designed to give you results. That's why there's some products that you have to provide your license number to get, because they are not safe for people to use at home when they don't have the proper education on the use. Okay, the next question is, what should I do if washing my face twice a day feels harsh for my skin? So if you have this issue, you probably have thinner skin, more sensitive skin, and so you really want to focus on cleansers that are gentle and are formulated, you know, for more sensitive skin. You may not even have to do that. You may just have to find a cleanser that's not foaming or that doesn't have any added surfactants. Surfactants are foaming agents in products like skincare, hair care, body wash, and stuff like that. A very common one is sodium lauryl sulfate. You'll see this in a lot of products, and it's honestly kind of drying, so that could go with it as to why it feels harsh on your skin washing your face twice a day. But then also with that, just kind of focus on moisture. It could feel harsh because it's stripping your skin, drying it out. I honestly think it's important for everybody to focus on hydration because most people are dehydrated. So if you have dry skin, you need to focus on hydration. Even if you have oily skin, you need to focus on hydration so that your skin isn't overproducing oil. Okay, the next question is, how do I determine what products to use on my clients? So honestly, there's a lot that goes into this, but the first thing is just determining if they have sensitive skin or not. This is really big because I don't want to give any of my clients irritation or give them any problems that they didn't come in with. And then after that, I really focus on like what their skin type is. So if somebody has oily skin, I'm going to use products that are for oily skin. I have an oily skin wash, I have a sensitive skin wash, I have a salicylic cleanser, so that's good for acne prone people. So if they struggle with acne, I would use that. So yeah, it's just stuff like that. And then when it comes to the mask and stuff, again, I focus on what are their specific needs. So on my last video, my client had eczema, so I used an avocado and oatmeal mask to soothe her skin to make sure I wasn't delivering too much activity that might stimulate it. It might give her an eczema breakout or just cause her irritation. And then when I go for my serums, I just, you know, again, think of what they need. Do they need hydration? Do they need their skin to be brightened, like vitamin C? If I have clients who have wrinkles or are older and have aging concerns, I have serums for that. So there's just stuff that go along with people's specific needs. So basically what I'm doing is looking at what people need and then giving them that. And then the last question is, what is one long-term goal and one one short-term goal that I have for myself. So my short-term goal would definitely be finishing school, graduating from my program, and passing my board. I'm so excited to become a licensed esthetician and start working. I just know that it's all gonna pay off. I really just have to get through school, but trying to do it. And then a long-term goal, eventually I would wanna, buy my own space, open up my own spa, and I would probably rent out rooms because that's kind of what I'm gonna be doing. So my barber has a room that I'll be able to work out of once I graduate, and she's just gonna rent that space to me. So I feel like eventually I would wanna, get my own building and kind of do that same thing, or just open my own spa and just have a group of people who I, can trust to work for me and work with me, really, to, make people happy with their skin. And aesthetics is so versatile. You can do, if you want to go into the more medical side of it, work at a medical spa, you can get into lasers, you can get into injections. You do have to get more education for stuff like that, but there's just so many possibilities. So if I did truly, get my own space and bring a lot of people in, there's no telling to all the stuff that we can do. So, but yeah, overall, I am super happy with what I chose to do. I really just, at the end of the day, want to make people feel good about their skin, feel confident, and yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. I do plan to post content 2 times a week. I'm definitely gonna try to. I know that I already have 2 more facial videos coming up in the next 2 weekends, so we'll see what I do with like more of these sit-down videos, or what I decide to make. I do have like a little list of ideas, so we'll see. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave any suggestions down in the comments, what I could do better, what kind of videos I should make, anything like that. And I hope you guys will come back this weekend for the facial video. Bye.